There are some things that no one teaches a girl growing up. So if I ever have a daughter, these are the things I'm going to teach her before life hits her hard. Hi, my girlies, welcome back. Yet another sit and talk video. Welcome to all my girly girl conversations. Okay, anyways, let's start. I've made a list of 12 points. My first point is take dating as an interview for marriage. If he's not treating you well as a boyfriend, he will not treat you well as a husband. Time change, and with time so do people. I would be absolutely okay with her having different relationships to see what kind of person she wants to be with for the rest of her life. That Shah Rukh Khan wali advice to Alia Bhatt in that movie Dear Zindagi, that chair wala example, that is absolutely correct. Marriage is such a lifelong promise. If at ever point you feel like no, this is not how I thought this relationship would be, just get out of that. But you should be very careful just when you're dating. You should not only be careful about the guy that you're dating, but also his family. It's so important to know what kind of family you're going into, because their lifestyle will be your lifestyle. You will have to deal with their nature, their tantrums, and everything. So be very careful from the very beginning. The second point is the efforts that a man makes in the beginning of relationship is his maximum, his best. Then the efforts are only getting lower and lower. That I think every girl has experienced, and that is very natural. Even in arranged marriage, when you're newly engaged, your fiance would do every little thing to make you happy. He'll give you flowers, he'll open the car door for me. But then after 2 3 years of marriage, he's not going to open the car door for you. And that's okay. That's natural. That's how things work. Okay. That's how relationships work. And when you guys are in bed, one would be farting, the other one would be smelling it. So I'm gonna teach her to not take it as, oh, he used to do this for me. Now he doesn't do that anymore. He's not making those efforts. Now it's different. Yeah, it's gonna be different. If he's not making those little efforts, that's completely okay. Just that his love for you should not change, his behavior should not change, the care that he does should not change. The little efforts we can absolutely let go of. So yeah, always do something for yourself. What I mean by this is make your own money, girl. Make your own money. It could be 10K, 15K, whatever it is, it's your money. It's not your husband's money. It's not your father's money. It's your own damn money. Make sure you make your own money. I've actually got this from my mom. So, ever since my childhood, I've seen my mom working hard for herself. She is a tailor, she knows how to sew. I've seen mom making other people's dresses and gowns and blouses and tops. Even this one is made by my mom. I got the fabric from a store because I loved it. I showed a pattern of this kurti from Pinterest to my mom and she made it for me. Mom has been sewing since years and years and she makes her own money. Luckily, we're privileged enough that she does not have to work, but she still does because she feels like, what am I going to do in my free time? She's done cooking, she's done cleaning, then it's her time. Doing this gives her so much happiness and this self worth. So she loves to sew and she has made clothes all her life, and that's what gives her happiness and money. And that has always inspired me. You might not know, but I've had a jewelry business and now I'm into YouTube. I feel like I cannot sit idle. I have to do something, even if it makes me little money, that's okay. But I will be doing something of my own, and my daughter will do that too. If her husband wants to take care of her, that's great. But doing something of her own that makes her happy and not just be a housewife. Also, I would be completely okay with my daughter not doing an MBA or something. Rather, if she's into fashion, she should do fashion designing or whatever that she can pursue for the rest of her life. I'm not saying MBA is useless. If she's going to start a business, that's great. I did BBA and I started a jewelry business. What I learned in BBA actually did not help me. I mean, I could have just not do BBA and anyway start the business. I would learn everything the hard way. Practically, things are very different from what we learn. That's my opinion. So, yeah, set boundaries. So, this is for the millennials and the Gen Zs. Growing up, our parents did not teach us how to set boundaries. Firstly, they gave us no privacy. They don't know what boundaries are, so I'm gonna teach her how to maintain her own boundaries, especially with in-laws. If you don't like a particular thing that's happening with your in-laws and you're not wanting to share it because you don't want to hurt them, I would say just share it, because at the beginning something hurts them, but later on with time they get okay with it and things actually get easier. And that's with friendship and relationships also. For example, if you have a friend that's making fun of something that you do, you're like, okay, no, just say it out that, I don't like it if someone treats me that way. It will hurt them, but then they'll know what to do and what not to do. That's how you set the boundaries. Another thing is self defense. No matter where you are in the world, I think as a woman, learning self defense is very, very important. If tomorrow I'm walking alone and someone kidnaps me or whatever, I will not know how to defend myself. And that's not a good thing. And we're living in a very cruel world. Pepper spray and all, it's cool. You should keep that in your purse. But also, physically learning how to fight, that's definitely gonna help. And I think they should teach this in school only. So in my school we had a period for Bharatnatyam, and I did not enjoy that. I'm very bad at dancing. Me dancing in front of people, oh, I would be very insecure. I don't want to dance in front of people when there's light. I mean, when I'm in a club and there's no light, it's all black, that's when I can dance. I can completely be myself and do my bad dance. But I always felt like I don't want to go there. I used to hate going to those Bharatnatyam classes, and I think that should not be compulsory. I mean, taking care of your culture and all is okay, but why are schools not teaching girls self defense? This is something they should teach instead of dancing or whatever, or keep dancing but have this particular session of self defense school. I think that's very important. That's how it should be. Learn to cook the basics, learn how to do basic house chores. Absolutely. I have seen girls of my age not knowing how to make your basic sabji and roti. Learn to cook rice. It's a survival skill. Learn to cook your basic aloo ki sabji, bhindi ki sabji. Learn how to make rotis. If your roti is not round, absolutely fine. I mean, who made rotis round? Like the first person that decided that rotis should be round, why? We are anyway going to break that and eat that. Thinking about it, it's weird. I mean, someone made rotis and they decided to make it round, so they practiced and finally made their rotis round. And now us girls have so much pressure to make the rotis round. I think this is absolutely unnecessary pressure. Rotis could be triangle, it could be Indian map, it could be UK map. It's not a samosa that should be shaped. It's roti, make it whatever shape you want. My point here is learn the basic cooking, and that does not include making Maggie. Yeah. Learn to say no. When you're feeling uncomfortable in a situation, be brave enough to say no. So, I'll be sharing this little story with you. This one time I was in a salon, I went for a hair spa, and that was a very nice, expensive salon. And when it was time for a massage, there was this guy that was doing my spa, and he was the manager actually. So he was like, what kind of massage you want, whether you want deep massage or normal massage? And I did not have any idea, so I was like, deep massage, okay, that would be better, it sounds better, right? So then there was this two rooms, small rooms. So he told me to get up and get in one of those rooms. I was like, okay, that room must be made for massages. So I went there. He also came there and he shut the door. He kept it a little open, but it was almost shut. Then he asked me if he would turn off the light. So I was like, okay, it is for a better massage experience, and that definitely has to be a little lamp or something. So he turned off the light, and it was all black. Literally, there was no light at all. I was shy and uncomfortable. I just could not tell him to turn on the lights. I was in a small room with this guy with all the lights turned off, and he then started doing the massage. And my heartbeat was very fast. I still could not say no, and I don't know why, I just blanked out. So then he asked me, ma'am, you comfortable? I had to say no. I was like, no. So he then opened the door, and I was like, I could have literally said, turn on the damn lights. This is all black. This is not how it should be. I'm gonna teach my daughter to be brave enough and say whatever's on her mind. If she's not comfortable, she should just say that, hey, mister, I'm not comfortable. That's how it should be. Shop in a budget to learn the importance of money. Again, this comes from my mom. So every time we used to go shopping, we would always have a budget. There is nothing like an unlimited shopping spree. It used to be either 5K, 10K, 15K, whatever, but we always had a budget. So when my mom took me to a shop, we were both looking at the clothes and the prices, and that gave me an idea whether I want this piece or not. If it's a piece for 1000, then we'll only have 4000 if the budget is 5000. So I used to analyze all these things on my mind that, okay, this is how much we'll be left with. Should I buy this or not? And I think that taught me the importance of money. Giving your kids an unlimited budget to shop, you're gonna spoil them. They would never feel gratitude for shopping. I think I'm always going to have my kids shop in a budget. I'm not allowed for sleepovers. Craziest things can happen in a sleepover. I'm not saying that my daughter completely will be not allowed for sleepovers. Yeah, it's fun. We've all done that. But on a condition, I want to talk to whoever's house this sleepover is happening. I will be talking to her mom on a video call, and I'm gonna ask her, is she ready to take the responsibility of my daughter, because she is coming to your house, and if anything happens to her, that's your responsibility. Taking an adult on a video call will ensure me that, yeah, okay, she will be safe. So this will be my one condition if she wants to go at a sleepover and have fun. Never stay in a friendship or relationship just because you have invested years in it. Absolutely. That happens mostly with friendships. Of course, in her teens, she's going to have this friendship dramas. Oh no, she used to be my best friend. How can I do this to her? No, if you don't connect with them or someone does bad to you, you should not be friends with them. Just move on, make other friends. It's a big world. The same with relationships. We have seen people being in a relationship for 5 6 years and then they break up, but the breakup is always happening for the good, I believe. If two people feel like they don't want to be together anymore, that's okay. Being in a relationship just because it's been years does not make sense. Get out of that. Okay, my last point here is swimming. Again, it's a life survival skill. And every time I see a swimming pool, I always regret not learning to swim. So when I was in school, my dad put me in swimming classes, and I used to hate going there because I'm quite afraid of water. But swimming still seems so much fun to me. So I went there, and one day I met with a tiny incident, and there was a bruise on my knees. From that day, I stopped going forever. It was like a bahana for me to tell that, "Oh, I cannot go." I feel like I should have just gone, get out of my comfort zone and learn to swim, because now I absolutely regret it. Now you might be thinking that I can learn it now. No, I can't. I just can't. I'm quite afraid of water. I don't have the courage to go learn swimming. I don't know, if I would have learned it in childhood, that would be great. But for my daughter, I will make sure that she knows how to learn swimming. Maybe you can go to these classes together. I don't know. It sounds fun. But yeah. So, anyway, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys could connect to any of my points. Also, if you have something that you want to add to the list, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.